was when I was working. I was executive director of the Tennessee Higher Education Commission, and a lot of issues going on in the state, which we were pretty much on the cutting edge as far as access and completion, things of those natures, and the public policy that goes behind that with funding and financial aid. State Senator Douglas Henry from Nashville, known to many of you perhaps, the late senator back in the day, asked me to meet with a group of undocumented students who lived in Murfreesboro, and I did at his request. And what I learned was that they had graduated from schools there in Rutherford County. They were eligible for admission to MTSU right there in Murfreesboro, but they could not afford the out-of-state tuition, which they were not eligible for in-state tuition. This group of perhaps 8 or 9 students, men and women, as a group, were taking courses at Volunteer State Community College up in Gallatin. They were taking them remotely. They could afford out-of-state tuition, or they made some arrangement to do that. But to me, the kicker was that they would spend their days when they weren't working, but on the campus of MTSU to have that campus experience. And they did not complain. They enjoyed being around other students. They enjoyed the campus life, but they definitely were at more than an arm's length. But they were serious students, and that's when, as Senator Henry said, can't we do something for these students? And the answer was not yet. So flashing ahead, when I retired almost 10 years ago from the commission, a gentleman by the name of Harvey Sperling, perhaps known to many of you, a longtime friend, which goes back to when he was the director of the university school and my kids were there. But Harvey introduced me to a very interesting, very magnetic personality guy named Mike Spaulding. And we met for coffee at the local Panera, and I would say the rest is history, but that's overstating it. But that's how I became acquainted with Mike and his work. And I got to say, Harvey was truthful. He said, "You've got to meet this guy. He has a vision, he has energy, he has a story." And Harvey was right. So that's how I became introduced to ECE. Mike asked me to be on the board, which I did, and gladly, and so glad that I did.